Right now, deep inside your brain, your hippocampus is tagging everything you learned today for potential erasure, and sleep researchers admit they have no reliable way to stop it. The very act everyone tells you to do after a study session, the 20-minute nap, may be actively deleting your work. But high performers have found the one timing rule that interrupts it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is. You studied, you rehearsed, you felt it sticking. And then you did what every productivity blog tells you to do, you napped to let it consolidate. Here's what nobody tells you happened next. Your brain doesn't treat fresh memories and old memories the same. New information sits in a temporary buffer, fragile, unanchored, waiting to be written permanently into long-term storage. That process takes time, hours, and if sleep arrives too soon before the anchoring is complete, your brain runs a different program. It scans for redundancy. It looks for what resembles things it already knows, and it makes a brutal efficiency decision. Your new memory loses. The older pattern wins. What you just learned quietly disappears. We're going to get to the exact rule that stops this from happening. Here's how it works inside your skull. When you learn something new, your hippocampus, your brain's temporary filing system, holds it in a charged, active state. Think of it as a document still open on screen, unsaved. The neurons involved keep firing in the same pattern, rehearsing, reinforcing the connection. Neuroscientists call this reactivation. It takes roughly 90 minutes to complete the first real anchoring cycle. Now you nap. And this is where it goes wrong. During NREM sleep, the light to medium sleep that dominates a short nap, your brain initiates something called synaptic downscaling. It systematically weakens connections it judges to be weaker relative to everything else it holds. Your new memory, still fragile, still competing with years of established knowledge, is not special to your sleeping brain, it's noise. And synaptic downscaling treats it exactly that way. The signal fades. The document closes without saving. The researchers who mapped this process, the sleep neuroscientists who spent careers proving that sleep was memory's best friend, were the ones who found the ceiling. We're almost at the rule, but first, understand why even they couldn't solve it. They can describe synaptic downscaling precisely. They can watch it happen in real time using electrodes on the brain's surface. They can measure which synapses weaken and by how much. But they cannot pause it selectively for one memory without pausing it for all of them. The mechanism doesn't know what matters to you. It doesn't know about your exam, your presentation, your meeting. It runs the same program it has run for 200 million years of mammalian evolution. You cannot negotiate with a system that old. And this is where the advice you have been given completely falls apart. You've been told to nap after learning. Sleep on it. Rest consolidates memory. That is true over the long term. It is absolutely true. But the research that built that advice studied memories that had already been given time to stabilize before sleep arrived. Nobody told you about the window. And here's the part that will feel wrong. For language, procedural skills, and complex problem solving, a nap within the first 90 minutes after studying doesn't just fail to help. It actively degrades performance on tests given the following morning. The nap didn't rest the memory. It erased it. Sleep, in that narrow window, is not your ally, but there's a second threat layered underneath this one. Because even if you get the timing right, there's another process running, one that decides whether your hippocampus bothers to hold the information at all before sleep ever arrives. We're going to get to that. But first, the rule. Here's what high performers do differently. They treat the 90 minutes after learning as protected time, not rest time, quiet, low-demand time. During that window, they do something that feels almost boring by design. They walk slowly. They cook. They handle repetitive physical tasks that require almost no cognitive load. No podcasts, no new reading, no conversations that require real processing. The brain needs to complete its own internal replay cycle, uninterrupted, before sleep gets anywhere near those synapses. Every new input is a competing signal. Competing signals split the hippocampus's attention instead of anchoring what you gave it. The second part of the rule is equally precise. If you must nap, wait. A minimum of 90 minutes after your last learning input. 2 hours is better. Let the filing system close the document before the system powers down. That single timing difference separates a nap that consolidates from a nap that quietly deletes. Tonight, set a timer the moment you finish studying. 90 minutes. Walk. Do the dishes. Let the silence work, because that silence is your hippocampus running a program you cannot feel, anchoring what you want to keep. Then sleep. And the memory will be anchored deep enough that sleep can finally do what it was always supposed to: strengthen it. But the hippocampus isn't the only region running silent programs on your memory without your permission. There's another structure filtering what gets sent to the hippocampus in the first place, deciding what's even worth filing before the process begins. And the criteria it uses to make that decision will change how you think about attention itself.